First, you've got to show up. Second, you've got to speak up. Third, you have to step up. All right. So show up, meaning, let me give you a practical example. I spent 9 years in sales at Pfizer, and the way I am wired, I gain energy alone. For some people, they call that being an introvert, whatever language you want to give to it. But like, I have no problem being by myself. Love reading, love writing. Like me and me can have a great time. So I can remember going to all day sales meetings and literally, y'all, having to like, I share a lot about affirmations and declaration, like literally having to talk to myself to bring myself to a place where I could go to the dinner after the sales meeting. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, y'all, we just did 9 intense hours of sales training. And then there's a not 1 hour, but 2 to 3 hour dinner because we're a big group afterwards. Show up, especially in a corporate environment if you were a woman, because that's really where, again, that I and E of the pie, that image and that exposure, that's where those conversations are happening. So one, you have to show up. If you're an entrepreneur, show up to the conferences, show up to the industry organizations, get connected, become a member, right? You have to show up to elevate that visibility. The second thing that you need to do is to note what a mentor said to me when I was in my marketing role. I'll never forget it. I just stepped into this new role, and again, I process. You know, I'm thinking. I'm in these meetings, and I'm saying, okay, I'm new to the organization, or not new to the organization, new to the team, new to the marketing department. I need to make sure that I'm taking in and listening in these meetings so that I can eventually contribute in a meaningful way. And I'll never forget, I had a mentor of mine, Gerald, and he's like a brother to me to this day. We get out of the meeting and he's like, Brittany, let's walk down the hall for a second. And I'm like, I'm thinking we just gonna have, the meeting after the meeting, or just kind of, chop it up down the hall before we head back to our offices. And he's like, he turns to me and he's like looking intently in my eyes. And he's like, you are in the room. You are at the table, and I'm going to need you to speak up. And that is my message to you. You're in the room. You've gotten the role. You're at the table. You have the title that you've been after. Now it's time for you to speak up.